Um, Mr. Richard Winkle, you are right. And I wish, you know what, I need to sit down and try to find the video that I did on this, because I oppose those who say we need to get an emperor back, you know, because we don't, or somehow there were some golden days back then, and I said the golden days were in the face of the brutality of the empire that these great men rose up. Athanasius contra mundum. He was, I mean, Constantine had lapsed back into it. I mean, he just didn't care. Most of the bishops were Arian for a while. You had John Chrysostom, exiled 7 times. He called the empress a whore in church when he's giving a sermon. Um, and he died in exile. We see the iconoclasts, the iconoclastic emperors just torturing the shit out. I mean, destroying churches. But why did this come about? It's because Constantine tolerated Christianity. Edict of Milan 313. And then it was after Julian the Apostate that Theodosius said, we don't want this happening again. So he said, well, the empire is now going to be Christian. And yeah, this did mess things up for a while. Or not mess things up for a while. This would eventually screw with what went on down the road. But somewhat unforeseen consequences of this. That's why there were some people who supported the idea of, hey, let's listen to this guy over in Rome, because that had already fallen. I mean, that fell in 410, and there were just vestiges of the Roman Empire left in Italy. What we call the Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire, really, there's no difference except the fact that we just call, when the Roman Empire became Christian, we call it the Byzantine Empire. So at one point, southern England, Spain, Italy, Gaul, that was all Byzantine Empire. But you're absolutely right, and we don't need emperors screwing with the church anymore. Look at what Peter the Not So Great did when he screwed with the Russian Orthodox Church. The emperors suck. And even look at God's command. He said, I never wanted you to have a king, you know, but because you're so contentious, you know, here's your king, being Saul, and then David, and then Solomon. And look how bad the paganism got under Solomon, you know. So you're right. You're right. And this is why I constantly, you know, am at odds with the people who say they want, you know, we should have an emperor back. No, we don't need an emperor back. The Orthodox Church is fine as it is. But, and I think your questions are being asked are correct, but I think, or at least I hope I'm mistaken with Abnera too, is that she's asking questions that are not asking questions, but she's bringing stuff up as if it's I don't know how to even put this. Like, no, anybody could call it. Like why is it that only an emperor can call, you know, an ecumenical council and this and that, when that's a non-fact, you know. It shouldn't be this way. Well, it's not this way. There hasn't been an ecumenical council for well over 1,000 years, and there hasn't been an emperor. I mean, the last of the Christian emperors was Haile Selassie, and the last of the Chalcedonian emperors was Tsar Nicholas, and the last of the Byzantine emperors, and I mean that was before Columbus hit America. So I kind of don't understand what the fervor with her. I want to say her. It might be a guy. But your questions are good. But believe me, I'm right there with you. Um, most of There was a lot of martyrs under the Byzantine Empire. I mean, iconoclasm. Let's remember that whenever anybody says, let's bring back the emperor, let's try to bring back an emperor, Remember what happened to our iconoclasts? Some of the Byzantine emperors were some of the most indulgent, hedonistic people you could find. And a lot of times they sold off stuff to the Muslims. I mean, these were not necessarily saintly people. Some of them were incredibly evil. Um, so I'm right there with you. Again, if you have any questions or topics you want me to address, please send them to me. I dig talking to you, and hopefully one day we can talk on Skype or something like that.